Alrighty, so this is going to be kind of a race review of all the weekends because there's not a ton to talk about with Gateway, so it'll be kind of a mixed match of other stuff. So we'll start with trucks. I thought it was, for the most part, a pretty standard race. There were comers and goers in the field. It got a little bit. It just kind of became a little bit of a typical truck race with just too many yellows. That's really like my only problem. Tire wear didn't have a massive fall off, but I thought it was rather okay. Xfinity was probably the best race of the weekend at Portland, and somehow the booth made that like a 5-car battle for lead boring and uninteresting, which is baffling because it's a 5-car battle for a lead. Sheldon Creed continues to be a legend with getting payback with John Hunter. That was glorious. When someone fucks you over like that, it's fair to pay him back, and he did. And I thought it was good stuff. My driver got boned by Kligerman sending in turn one, and chaos ensued. And Cole Custer gets a win, and he really hasn't done much of anything this season. And this win really doesn't mean a whole lot because he just kind of got lucked into it. So, he still has yet to win a race legitimately, or at least like without some kind of crazy luck happening. So, hopefully he can prove me wrong and start, winning on pace and not just luck. And it was fine. I just hated how that ended, but for the most part, the race was fine. I'm not really going to give them a rating because I don't usually do it, but trucks maybe a 6. I like how I contradict myself like mid-sentence. It's smart. Trucks probably like a 6. Xfinity maybe 6.5. We got the cup race. So stage 1, I truly don't remember a thing happening in stage 1. I can't even begin to even articulate it because it was such a non race. I don't know, just nothing really happened of note. I mean, I can't say nothing. Maybe it was in stage 2. I don't know, but we had like not really rain delay, but like lightning delay for like an hour and a half. So that sucked. But it's a good thing. I don't want people to think it's not a good thing for safety reasons. So yeah, just they ran one lap, then there was the delay for 3 different times because of the lightning. So that sucked. Once we came back racing, Carson Hocevar kind of outperformed Corey LaJoie in the 9, which is both kind of funny and embarrassing at the same time. Hocevar, who has no cup experience, was able to outrun Corey LaJoie, and it's kind of funny. I guess that really goes to show just how talented he is, but he was definitely like the highlight of stage 2 that I remember. Just not stage 2, maybe stage 1. I don't know. I can't remember when he blew up, but overall, I thought he did pretty well. Very impressive with what he was able to do in that 17 car. And Hendrick was kind of, for the most part, a joke, except for Byron. I remember that. Larson was running back as like 32nd at one point, so Hendrick definitely didn't have a great day. So LaJoie doesn't really have much to go on when it seemed like for the most part Hendrick wasn't really in their top game. But yeah, he was. Yeah, well, I mean, no matter how you look at it or slice it, Hocevar definitely outperformed more than I think people probably expected out of him. So that was cool, sort of. I mean, I still hate him, but it's a storyline. Yeah, stage 2 was about 90 laps, and it might have been the worst part of the race just because we had. God damn, my face is so blue. It's so hard to get the lighting right. There we go. That's like a little bit better. So yeah, stage 2 might have been the worst part of the race It was just an overboard of just nonsense. It just having Michael Waltrip, Kenny Wallace, and Clint Boyer in the booth is just too much chaos. It was almost grating on the ears and the brain. Just too much. I usually don't mind Kenny Wallace, but when you got that, the Michael Waltrip and then Clint Boyer, it was just absolutely just insane. It was just too much of a clown show. But the racing, for the most part, really wasn't that interesting. It literally took almost 70 laps into a run just for tire fall off to be a thing, and it's like the same thing as Wilkesboro, where it just took such an ungodly amount of time for things to actually happen. By the time that occurs, the stage or the race will be almost over, and it should not take 70 plus laps for tire wear to be a thing. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. It should be half that time, if not less. So, other than the initial start, there's really just not a whole lot happening, unless you're looking back at like 20th. So I mean, it is something, but it just takes way too damn long. And just as it was about to get interesting, the stage ends, which once again, stage cautions are awful. It disrupted the flow of the race, and it pretty much ended any chance of a battle for a lead between Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney. So, yeah, just why do we need stage? Why do we need stage cautions? This happens. It feels like it happens a lot. I don't know. It just anytime we have some kind of battle for a lead brewing, the stage ends, and then just we got to re-rack them, do it again, and then wait another 70 laps. But stage 3 really didn't have that because a lot of it was mostly just short bursts. A lot of brake failures, rotor failures, a lot more than probably is acceptable. I mean, I guess at this track it's not shocking with how long the straights are, but yeah, having about 4 of them happen is a bit too much, and yeah, just kind of gross. Then there was the weird power outage thing that was going on, which wasn't really Fox's fault, but it's just a weird thing that happened. Yeah, just a lot of just bizarre things, but again, this track is very average. It's unique, I'll give it that, and how it drives, and I think maybe if these cars had a bit more horsepower, maybe some of that could be negated. I don't know, it was so average. I was gonna give it maybe a 5.5, but with the weird issues that this race happened, all the brake failures, I can't give it a slightly above average. I'm just gonna give it literally right in the middle of the road a 5. I don't think it really deserves much more than that. Does it deserve to be on the schedule? I think so. I think it's a unique enough track, and I think, I'm always up for that. And as long as the racing is rather decent, I think it'll be deserving enough to be on the schedule. It's just at that line of being on the schedule. It's like right at that fine line, but I think it deserves to be on there nonetheless. And people showed up, so hey, no matter how bad the race is, if people are showing up, then it deserves to be on the schedule. But then Road America didn't, so I don't know. I don't know what we judge things then. I don't know what we judge metrics by then. I don't know, but looking at the crowd turnout, it looked good. So I don't know. I like to think that's enough motivation to keep things on schedules, but apparently not with Road America. So I don't know. I mean, I guess on-track product does matter too, but this really wasn't much better or worse than Road America, so I don't know. I just think they need to have more of a tire fall off or something, just to have them have more wear. It shouldn't take 70 laps for things to happen, because then, literally stage 1, if it goes, literally best case scenario is literally maybe 2 instances in a race where things can happen, but then that's really it with the stages, because stage 1's too short, not enough laps to have tire mean anything. We've seen people take 2 tires and hold on like the positions relatively well, and it just seemed like, as long as you were clear off turn 2 as the leader, you would be pretty good. It was very rare someone would pass for the lead. I don't know how many times it happened through the race. It really, maybe 3 times, which is better than Wilkesboro. I don't know if I would say it's better than. It's really not comparing. It's literally like the same. I don't know, but very average, very middle of the road. I guess technically it's better than Wilkesboro because I gave that like a 2, but I graded that differently because it's an all-star race. So I don't know. It was just a very average race, which is nothing egregious, nothing to scoff at. So I'll take it. Hopefully next week is a little bit better with the road course, but it's hard to say because sometimes I don't remember last year's being really that groundbreaking. So it could be another very average middle of the road race. So I don't know, but yeah, that's my general thoughts. I thought it was very mid, as the youngsters say on Twitter. I don't know, but yeah, that's really all I have to say. So I'm done. I don't know why these videos end like almost exactly 10 minutes. It's strange, or close to it. I don't know, but either way, I'm done. I'll see you all next week with these race reviews, and we'll go from there. So yeah, later.